All right, welcome back to Fire to Fork. And in this episode, I left my camera on slow motion mode for about, what, 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my friend Jess. We've been making some biltong. So the aim of this video is to save you a heap of money and some low-key animal torture. So basically, this is a piece of rump steak that I cut up, removed all the silver skin, you know, very dutifully got it all sorted. Cut off the fat cap part of it, so there's just like a thin layer of fat left. Then cut it up into sort of 2 centimetre, 1 centimetre strips, and we're going to dry this under the camper trailer. So we've already started on that, so I'll quickly run you through what we've done. We then got these strips of meat like this. This was a $15 a kilo rump, and we got this washing up tub, laid this spice mix. The spice mix is a combination of 1 cup of salt, 1/4 cup of white pepper, which is important. It needs to be white pepper, not black pepper. 1/4 cup of ground coriander, and then 6 tablespoons of chili powder, which I just like. Then we sprayed a combination of a cup of balsamic vinegar, which adds a bit of sweetness and sort of little tang, with 50 mils of Worcestershire sauce. So you spray the meat first, lay it in this spice mix, flip it over, spray it, spread a bit of spice mix on it, and it should end up with this sort of, you know, thin kind of layer of stuff on it. It smells quite vinegary, and you definitely get a bit of, after a while, you get a bit of a tang of the pepper in your nose. And then you get paper clips, fold them in half like an S shape, and you just hang them up outside. And the flies won't go for it because it's got vinegar all over it. They don't smell it as food. So we are going to hang some of these up outside, and it kind of makes sense to do some of them on the South African awning, my bush company awning, because these are South Africa's favourite snack. My dad is Zimbabwean, so I grew up with these, and my standards for biltong at home are extremely high. Like, my dad will not eat crap biltong, and doesn't mince his words when it comes to his judgment of biltong. He's a very, very nice bloke, but he's very clear on what he likes with biltong in a helpful way, which is really good. So I've always grown up, like, if we find a good biltong place, they get a lot of business. My dad buys like 6 kilos at a time. So biltong generally is about $100 a kilo, and we've worked out that with the wastage after this, as well as the spice mix, it works out to about $30 a kilo doing it yourself. So, and I know $100 a kilo sounds like a lot. I went to the supermarket today, there was none even at $100 a kilo. It was all about 110 to 140 a kilo. So I'm just talking about if you go to a South African shop, if you go to the biltong shop or whatever, they're almost always 90 to 120 a kilo. If you go to somewhere like the Boat Shed in Perth, 200. But that's Wagyu, so kind of fair enough, but also, come on, $200 a kilo. That's why they often advertise it as $10 per 100 grams.
More palatable.
Yeah. And we're just using an old Oki strap here to hang this up. So Jess has come camping with me again to help me film some other stuff. We're going to do a review of the Prado and a review of the camper. I've had the Prado for 3 years and the camper for 2, so see how they're going.
You really had it for 3 years.
Yeah, 2020. Anything dripping off this is not meat, it's just vinegar, and it only drips for like 2 minutes. And yes, I'm aware this has nothing to do with fire, but it's kind of a lot of the time fire bans around here, so thought I'd show you something you can do in summer when you're camping that doesn't involve a fire. I don't think we need another Oki. I think we're good. Nah, we'll do a little Oki. We're gonna have some on the other awning, otherwise it'll feel left out. All right, it's been about 36 hours, I'd say, so nearly 2 full days, not quite. Let's try some of this. Move that out of the way. So I'm gonna get some of the thicker pieces so we can kind of get a better idea of how they're doing. The thinner pieces are definitely done. I know that because we tried some yesterday and I might have had a couple with a beer last night. So I'm gonna get the fattest ones. That's a good one. Okay, let's have a quick look. Cut straight into the middle. Oh, yeah, this is all just perfect. Oh, it hasn't missed. I'll show you these, sort of the cross section so you can see what you're aiming for. A little bit of pink is fine, but this is good for anyone. So it should be, see this one has a little bit of pink in it. That is going to be delicious. A little bit of fat, a little bit of pink. It's delicious biltong. Now, the flavour of this is actually going to get better over the next couple of days, but I don't want it to dry anymore. So what I'm going to do is, I don't like to cut it up before I store it. I like to leave it in sticks because then it dries out slower. Ziploc bag, and I'm actually going to keep these in my freezer. Obviously, if you don't have a freezer in the bush, it's fine. Put it in the fridge. I want to try one with some fat, that beautiful brown fat from that piece of meat. It's getting better. It's definitely getting better day to day. Initially when you have it, oh, that fat. Okay, so initially when you have it, the outer layer is quite intense and the middle doesn't taste like all that much. But as time goes on, it sort of infuses more throughout the meat. You get a more balanced, more mature flavour. Like day one, it's a very overwhelming, not overwhelming, a strong flavour from the outside, and the meat was a bit bland. This is a whole different thing. Now, all right, some gratuitous B-roll, and then we're going to find out the question I know the answer to. This is going to be the worst gratuitous B-roll because it's meat, it's stacked with no colour. I don't know, make a little thing of it, whatever. Now it's like 8:30 in the morning, but I'm a man of science. So CB Co's released a new hazy New England IPA. Sorry, New England Pale, not IPA. A NEPA, not a NEPA. That's bloody good. So, biltong, it's so good. Yes, it goes so well with beer. In fact, it's one of those things that when I start eating biltong, I find it hard not to drink beer. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Now I'm going to try and take a thumbnail of this.